Okay, so I'm back. I'm doing more progress on my Ecco costume, and I'm sorry if you can hear the fan currently in the background. It's ridiculously hot, which is exactly the kind of weather that I want for when I'm going to be doing my photo shoot. So my photo shoot is in 3 days, my costume isn't finished yet, and I thought I'd take you along for my time-lapse journey of finishing my cosplay. I will add in voiceovers, I assume. Note to future Annalise to add in voiceovers so you know what's going on. But yeah, I have 3 days to finish a costume. No, but it's really good to have like a deadline to finish a costume, because otherwise I'd just keep procrastinating. So without further ado, I'm just going to continue. It is currently February the 7th. Update with the time. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Let's do a costume. Okay, so by the time I'm recording my voiceover, it is now May. Holy moly, I take a long time. Anyway, here's my base jacket. I bought this jacket for 20 Australian dollars in an op shop, which is like a thrift store basically. The pants I already discussed were from H&M. So I cut the sleeves off, and I also marked areas where I needed to reduce the amount of fabric that came towards my chest. I showed it before if you want to like reverse back. Now is the fun part, you're making all the frills. So I have a lot of white offcuts from just random other bits of costumes, like my Jerome Harley shirt, there's offcuts from that. I have offcuts from a bunch of white gloves, which I used for Jerome Valeska, and just any sort of white fabric. It doesn't need to be spectacular. I don't know, like I think the grungier the better, if anything. And my advice is to cut too many rather than not enough of these, because there are a lot and you want it to be sort of dense. Okay, and in between doing cutting, I already did one coat of red. I am using a paintbrush because Ecco's looks a little bit streaky, so I'm just gonna roll with the whole streaky vibe that she's got. The pants on the left of this video, I used the exact same process. I painted with like a paintbrush, but then I also used a makeup sponge and I blotted the fabric paint when it was drying so that it gave it more of a smooth effect. I don't know, you can do that if you want. I think it works really, really well, but I was happy with the sort of streaky effect. In total, I recommend doing about 3 to 4 coats of this to give it the correct vibrancy, but it doesn't need to be perfect, which is like the most amazing part about this costume. Oh, I forgot to say this, but when you're cutting the sleeves, the torso part, and any other bits of the jacket that you decide to cut off, you're going to need to stitch the inner lining and the outer like leather bit together, otherwise the 2 layers are going to separate and it's going to cause you problems. And it just looks a lot nicer if you just stitch it together. Make sure you use like threads that are not white. Use like appropriate colored threads so you don't notice. And now I'm tediously painting all the ridges. Like I couldn't get a jacket that didn't have ridges. I'm not even bothered, to be honest, because it was $20. Like, what you gonna do? And yeah, oh, this is a huge clip of me painting. What was I thinking when I edited this? Okay, this is the fabric paint I use. I use Cedar color in red. Wait, here's my nice... There's a bird that's just very loud outside. God damn it, bird. Here's my wig. So it looks like all poofy at the top, and it came in like a long style. So it was Helena's wig from Orphan Black, and I got it on eBay. It was about $90 including postage, so it's a lace front. The fringe is falling down at the moment because I wore it a few times to do makeup tests and stuff, but I'm really impressed with how the regrowth looks. So basically I just put it in pigtails, straightened it because it came like really kinky and really curly, so I had to straighten it out. but I kept a bit of like the texture because that's what Ecco has. Hers looks more crimped though, but I put it into buns basically. And yeah, while we're here, I also have to show you my shrine that I'm building. I kid you not, it is going to be a shrine. Look at how big this poster is. It is actually probably real size. It's actually sort of insane. But anyway, moving on. I'm currently working on everything. My room is a tip. It is so bad. But I'm working on the corset at the moment. So obviously it's not done. The last thing I did was, this was actually a dress. So this was a tight-fitting dress, and I I cut it so that I could tuck it into the pants. So it's cut neatly, but like it's not being hemmed at the bottom, so it looks pretty ugly, I guess you could say. Ecco's got these weird crisscross things in her shirt, so I've actually put ribbon and cut holes and then just threaded it through. I also need to make the straps a little bit thicker, so I use the excess from the bottom to make the straps. So I'm currently sewing thicker straps to go over here, and then also she's got like a crisscross, so it goes here and it goes there. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. And then tonight I'm gonna tackle the roller skates, and I'm very excited to do the roller skates. So they're down there. These are my paints. These are my skates. Is that an eyelash on the floor? There's an eyelash on the floor. That's my room tour. Look at what a disaster it is at the moment. Costuming is taken over my whole life.